That's correct. I got 32.
Good.
Then Roland opens the ballot box, divides the ballots into separate stacks for each of the types of ballots, and then counts the ballots in each stack. In this election, there are congressional ballots, question ballots, and presidential ballots. There should be 32 ballots of each type. The other officers will assist Roland in sorting the ballots. One of two things may happen at this point. First, the officers may discover that two of the same type of ballot may have been cast by the same voter.
Now, I found 2 presidential ballots folded up with these ballots. I'm going to set them aside until all the other ballots have been sorted and counted. And then we'll come back to these. Margaret, can you be responsible for those 2?
I shall.
All right.
2 different officers count each type of ballot and verify their counts. Officer number 1 counted 32 congressional ballots, 32 question ballots, but only 31 presidential ballots. The additional 2 would make 33.
My count agrees. So the 2 ballots over here must have been cast by the same voter, so we can't count them.
No.
Margaret, would you please staple them together and write a statement to that effect on the back of the outside ballot?
Yeah.
The statement is entered and all officers sign it. The ballots are placed in the counted ballots envelope and a statement is entered on the statement of results. Now, this is the other thing that could have happened.
Do you know, I counted 33 of the presidential ballots, but only 32 of the other types of ballots.
I got the same thing. I don't know what happened. I tell you what, why don't we put the ballots back in the box, and Margaret, you can draw out one.
Just have to have a turkey in the day.
Since there were more ballots than people voting by paper ballot, one must be drawn out. On the outside of the ballot drawn is written drawn and not counted. Place this ballot in the counted ballot envelope before the ballots are counted and enter a statement to this effect on the statement of results. The officers will divide into 2 teams to count the votes cast for each candidate on paper ballots. Roland and Margaret will count the presidential ballots and Grace and Hank will count the congressional ballots. Then they'll switch to verify the count. Then each team will count the question ballots. The ballots should be recounted by each team to verify the results. If they all agree, the information is put on the statement of results. After all paper ballots are counted for all offices and questions, they are placed in the counted ballot envelopes.
Okay, now the write-in votes.
Any write-in votes cast on a mechanical electronic voting machine must be counted and entered on the statement of results. That part of the paper roll containing the write-in votes must be placed in the counted ballots envelope. This is when the envelope is finally sealed and signed by all officials. After we're finished here, your electoral board will explain the voting equipment used in your locality and how to fill out the statement of results. After all that is completed, officer number 1 calls the telephone number designated by the electoral board and gives the complete vote count.
Hi, is this the electoral board? I have a count for you.
The other officers package all remaining material in its appropriate envelopes as explained in your instruction booklet. Chief officer then announces the count to anyone outside the polls. After that, the party and/or candidate representatives are free to leave.